What if Valorant matches are not what we think they are? Everyone is under the assumption that agents are fighting each other in the ultimate war of domination and takeover. But what if that's nowhere close to the actual explanation? Shout out to this Reddit thread for coming up with what seems to be a legit storyline for the everyday matches we take part in. The agent we're about to bring into the picture here is none other than the big boy bot, KAYO himself. From what we know so far, KAYO is on a mission to protect all humans. His history suggests that he has traveled from both the past and the future, allowing him to see and study everything needed about how Radiants fight. So what makes KAYO relevant here? Well, let's break down everything we know about how we might be playing matches to help KAYO protect humans from Radiants. Before we get into more details about KAYO, let's break down what happens in a typical Valorant match. Both teams pick the best agents and start fighting each other round by round. In every match, every agent has to attack a site for one half of the match, and then they have to defend a site for the second half of the match. Take a moment, try to tie it up with this plot and think it through. What does this suggest? Yep, you guessed it right. Every time we sweat with an agent, we're literally pushing for the best set of strategies in almost all possible scenarios. This might come in the form of full buy rounds, half buy rounds, or save rounds. A ton of scenarios are created almost every match in which we can see agents improving their strategies as per the results of the previous rounds. And this just keeps compounding. When it all ends and KAYO wins a match, you can hear the voice line,
"No rest required. Ready for redeployment,"
which suggests this battle just keeps going on. Also, after a loss, KAYO straight up says,
"Rematch. Let's go."
Which means none of the agents actually died, and he expects everyone to start fighting again. Also, when a round starts, you can hear Phoenix say,
"This is crazy. It feels like we've been doing this forever." Anyone else feel like that? Just me? Okay.
This is another reason for us to believe in this loop theory. It does make sense for KAYO to be in charge of handling scrims, as he is one of the best equipped with the skill set to collect and analyze each match data most quickly. It wouldn't be much of an ask for KAYO to compute and analyze every aspect of the match. In the end, he's a robot with the sole mission to save humans and help them in the fight against Radiants. Speaking about not dying, the biggest hint that suggests Valorant is a protocol simulation is the fact that every agent respawns after each round. Unlike the usual scenario where fights end with one person killing the other, in Valorant, every agent respawns after each round, keeping the match going for quite a bit. During this match, agents take different positions on the map, which leads to KAYO getting more information on which agent is best suited for every part of the map. Besides that, every team composition helps KAYO identify which agents perform best together. I wonder what his thoughts are on the 5 duelist team composition we've all been playing and throwing in our games. Another voice line that had me convinced that this is a simulation KAYO initiated is the line,
"Just like last time. Search, destroy, repeat."
He says this after he wins the last round, clearly suggesting that he's neither happy nor sad about the round he won. He just talks as though he just wants to start the next round and keep winning his simulation battles. Before we proceed to break down more of Valorant's hidden secrets, I would like to remind you to head over to our channel and take a look at what we've been cooking up so far. We intend to uncover more hidden secrets in every game we get our hands on, from Easter eggs to hidden in-game storylines. Our team is working round the clock to decipher what the game is really trying to convey. Almost every game has a hidden lore, and our mission here is to help you understand what it's all about so you can enjoy the game in the true form it's intended. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to our channel and hit that subscribe button to ensure you're the first to be notified whenever we post a video. KAYO's mission here is probably to find answers to many fight-related questions. As mentioned in the Reddit post, he could be asking himself a ton of questions, which include, who's watching our flank? How do we counter an operator? What happens when we're down in utilities and weapon resources? These are just some of the many questions he will need to answer in these simulations. For KAYO, it's pretty straightforward. Collect as much information as possible from these fights and assemble the best team equipped with the best strats. No matter what the scenario is, KAYO wants to be ready and never on the back foot. To think of it, the recently introduced Team Deathmatch is also a mode that makes sure everyone is always engaged in battle, trying to find the best possible ways to take down their opponents. KAYO will need all the help he can get to take down Radiants and ensure humans are safe. Let's take a step back and dissect Valorant matches further. Spike diffusal modes are clearly the most simulated modes in the game, hence raising a couple of really important questions. Why would a spike matter so much in a simulation? Why not just straight up fight back to back and gather data much more quickly? The answer to those questions would be the fact that every war KAYO anticipates taking part in requires a ton of tactical coordination between agents. Unlike traditional run-it-down war strategies, KAYO is going up against agents with a wide range of weapons and abilities. Adding a spike to the mix forces everyone in the simulation to play under a strict set of rules, which in turn eliminates the old-school shoot-and-kill warfights. Now, agents have to use their abilities in the most efficient way possible and ensure they outnumber their opponents by either eliminating them all or forcing them out of the site. This is a more realistic approach to how the fights in Valorant would ideally take place. Abilities make every agent unique and give them an upper hand at some point in every fight. Figuring out the right moment for each agent to shine in a battle is what KAYO is after. Another intriguing aspect of Valorant matches that involve spike diffusal is the economy. After every match, players are rewarded and punished as per their performance. One really interesting change KAYO made to the rules is the fact that you have to fight to your death even when you are losing.
Never back down, never give up.
For example, let's say an agent fails to defuse the bomb, and they don't end up dying in the explosion. In such a scenario, that agent would have fewer credits than their teammates for the next round. This forces every agent to give it their all while fighting to defuse the bomb. But there's another twist to it. In case an agent picks up an expensive gun like the operator, staying alive would allow them to keep the gun for the next round. Do you see what's happening here? Agents are being stressed mentally and not just physically in all these simulations. Decision making is key, and KAYO is well aware of that. Besides the standard and fun voice lines every agent in Valorant has, there are some that have deeper meaning beyond the simulation.
Kingdom bleeds our planet once again. Too many scars to count.
You want to play? Let's play.
No one walks away. You are powerless.
Initiated. You should run.
Watch them run. Scatter.
This got me wondering how KAYO got access to so many memories and personality details of every agent. He's added them to the game, and depending on a win or loss, every agent has something to say. Then it finally hit me. KAYO has traveled through multiple dimensions, both past and future. This allowed him to collect and learn important facts about every agent and the experiences they've been through. Hence, it only makes sense that he added these important voice lines to the simulation. And as more and more matches are played out over time, you can notice that new voice lines are added. He's probably getting them from the travels he's been doing across the past and future dimensions. If I were KAYO, I'd ask Killjoy to hit me up with a hard drive upgrade for obvious reasons. As more and more agents are added to the simulation, Big Boy Bot would need more space to store these intricate secrets. With that thought, I'd like to wind up this theory of Valorant basically being a simulation initiated by KAYO. What do you make of this? For me, everything kind of ties up well. KAYO being the walking, talking, badass hard drive he is, it would only be logical for him to compute all possible outcomes of a war if and when it takes place. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. We have a ton of upcoming lores scheduled for the near future, not just for Valorant, but for multiple other games. Also, comment your thoughts on what you think of this whole Valorant protocol being a simulation theory. We read every comment, so please do not hesitate and type away. While you're in the comments section, let us know what kind of Valorant-related lore has caught your eye recently. I'm particularly interested in learning more about Omen and what he has in store for us. Additionally, do you think the other agents are aware of what KAYO has been up to? Just to add some intrigue to the backstory, I hope that only Killjoy is aware of KAYO hosting simulations of the protocol. But hey, that's a long-shot theory, to say the least. For all who stayed until the end of the video, thank you, and hope to see you soon on the next one. Peace.